Our adventures start in Barcelona, Spain. We arrive at our hotel in the afternoon. The Palace Hotel is celebrating its 100th anniversary. It started life as the Barcelona Ritz. We're a little jet-lagged, but it's a beautiful day. We meet Alex to explore the Gothic Quarter, the oldest part of Barcelona. We start at Catalonia Square, considered to be the center of the city, where the Old City and the 19th century Eixample meet. The square is surrounded by statuary. And financial institutions like the Spanish Credit Bank. We turn down La Rambla, the famous pedestrian street where both tourists and locals enjoy a stroll. We turn off the tree-lined boulevard onto one of the narrow curving streets in the Gothic Quarter. These are Roman sarcophagi lining what was the Roman road to the Roman town of Barcenio. The Romans established a military camp here in 15 BCE, and it grew to a town. The Cathedral of Barcelona is at the center of the Gothic Quarter. Construction began in 1298 on the foundations of previous churches dating back to the 4th century. It was finished in 1448. The neo-Gothic facade and central tower were added in the late 19th century. We wander through the narrow streets looking for interesting pictures. And architectural curiosities. Finally, the jet lag takes its toll, and we head back to the hotel. In the morning, we head north about 60 miles to the picturesque city of Girona. As we enter the city, we're confronted with the Lion of Girona. The plaque explains that if you kiss the butt of the sad-looking lion, you'll be returning to Girona. A little over 100,000 people call Girona home, but it is a popular tourist destination. This is due to its well-preserved medieval core. We start our exploration at a 12th century monastery, which is now the Archaeological Museum of Catalonia. The original carved stone rose window frame makes for a unique picture. Like Barcelona, Girona was a Roman town. The museum has a nice collection of Roman artifacts, including these gravestones. These milestones from the Roman road tell how far it is to the next town. The small cloister is exceptionally pleasing to the eye. Each column capital is different. Look closely. There was a Starbucks here 800 years ago. These steps were made for knights on horseback. I wonder what it's like to live in a house that's over 500 years old. The Girona Cathedral occupies the highest point in the city. Construction began in the 11th century on a site of an earlier cathedral which the Moors had converted to a mosque in 717. The Baroque facade was begun in 1606, but not completed until relatively recently, 1961. According to legend, a woman living in Girona and known to practice witchcraft would curse and throw stones at the cathedral. One day, as she was getting ready to throw a stone, she turned to stone. She was put up on the cathedral wall. The bell tower of the Girona Cathedral, begun in 1590, wasn't completed until the 18th century. It houses 6 bells. The oldest one dates to 1574. Girona's city wall was built in the second half of the 14th century, using the 1st century BCE Roman wall as foundation. There are lots of interesting details all over Girona, like this water fountain dated 1858. The Iron Bridge was built in 1877 by Eiffel and Company of Paris. The popular pedestrian bridge offers interesting perspectives on Girona and the Anyar River. Independence Square refers to the War of Spanish Independence between Spain and Napoleon between 1807 and 1814. The Siege of Girona from May to December of 1809 was a significant event in that war. Girona was forced to capitulate. It's estimated that 10,000 Spanish soldiers and civilians died, and the French lost an estimated 15,000, over half due to disease. We asked our guide about all the yellow ribbons, flags, and signs we're seeing. It's all about the Catalonian move to secede from Spain. Several politicians and activists are being held on charges of rebellion and embezzlement of public funds. It's obvious where the Catalonians stand. It's lunchtime, and we head for a well-preserved medieval fortified town, Peratallada. The name translates to carved stone. Most of the buildings in the town are made of stone quarried from the moat that surrounds the town. Except for details like street lights and clean streets, we could have stepped back 500 years. The streets are rutted with hundreds of years of wagon traffic. These days, the shops cater to the tourists. The picturesque town, halfway between Girona and the Costa Brava, is convenient for lunch or dinner at its many restaurants. We tuck into some traditional cuisine, like melon with Iberian ham. We learn how to make tomato toast. Being close to the sea, we have fish fritters and calamari, roasted peppers and eggplant with anchovies. But the dish we're still talking about is rabbit chops. Then on to the Costa Brava, a favorite holiday destination for European vacationers. It may be common, but we were happy to find a little wildlife on the wild coast. The high season is over, but there's still a few hardy people on the beach. Looking in the direction of Barcelona, there's weather coming in. We need to get back to the hotel for the welcome dinner. At the welcome dinner, we meet our fellow travelers, including some old friends. We just had lunch, and now we sit down to more beautiful food that we just can't resist. In the morning, we're at Barcelona Airport to fly to our first island of the Mediterranean.